Hello, everybody. Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I'm Andy Signor. And Disney made a massive deal this morning that's worth talking about. I don't know if you guys have seen the Broadway show Hamilton, but it's a cultural phenomenon for years now. Has been selling out venues $500 tickets, especially during the Lin-Manuel Miranda run. I got to see it when it came to LA with the new cast, and I will admit the hype was real. I mean, I like Broadway shows. I don't see a ton of them, but I've seen enough, and I'll be honest, the beginning of Hamilton, I was sort of a little worried. It's like all in period garb, and they're sort of jumping around. They just start rapping. And you're just like, what? Oh God, this is actually going to be disastrous, isn't it? And then you get used to it, and you realize, okay, it's telling a story in a really cool new way, and the performances are great. The music is great. The story is really powerful, and it did get to me. It was a very strong story for me, and I enjoyed it a lot. I understood why everybody was so into it. It's really well done, creative way to tell history, and so everyone's sort of been waiting and assuming they would do a movie version, but typically for these types of Broadway shows, you don't want to do a movie version as quickly as possible because then you're losing money on Broadway. Think of Book of Mormon, the other film they still have yet to make a movie about, starring Josh Gad before he became Olaf and everything else. The South Park creators made Book of Mormon. There's still no movie on deck because that play, that musical, is still making money for them. You make it, you put it on tour, it comes in and it comes out, people go back and forth, they missed it, and they can charge a premium for the price of tickets for sets and things that are just being repurposed over and over and over again. And as I've seen it written, it's literally an ATM for Matt and Trey. Money, 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 money. And you don't want to put the movie out, in theory, to then dampen those Broadway sales. You want to run the Broadway show as long as you're able to, as long as people are buying tickets, and then you can attempt to do the movie, and then maybe that inspires another run for people to see it again on Broadway. But I didn't think we'd see a Hamilton run for quite some time. But what Hamilton did, which was very clever, is they shot a version of it on stage. Apparently some new approach. And here we go. Let's look at this article because Deadline has been reporting on this. They filmed a set stage version that's going to be released theatrically. Disney is going to own this October 15th, 2021. I'm sure it'll then quickly be on Disney Plus. But they're teaming with the creators of the project, billed as in a press release as a leap forward in the art of live capture. It explains the live capture method as combining the best elements of live theater and film, resulting in a cinematic stage performance that is wholly a new way to experience Hamilton. Producers for this version of Hamilton included Miranda Seller Kale, who also directs the film. The film was shot back in June of 2016 at the Richard Rodgers Theater, and reports began circulating in 2018 that bidders were circulating the film, but they had to wait until at least 2020. The entire original cast is there, the one everyone was raving about, and then they go on to explain why Hamilton is such a big experience and cultural phenomenon and astonishing. And obviously, Miranda's now gotten very tight with Hollywood, Disney rather. But we are thrilled for fans of the show and new audiences across the world to experience what this was like on stage and audience when we shot it. We wanted to give everyone the same seat, which is what this film can provide. Again, proud of what they've been able to capture in this filmed version of Hamilton, a live theatrical experience that feels just as immediate in your local movie theater. We are excited to partner with Disney to bring it to the largest audience possible. So now look, interesting. It seems like, all right, it's like a concert film, but they apparently, the big story is they paid $75 million for a stage to tape adaptation. This isn't like a movie. They didn't go out and create a movie, which would cost probably $100 million and do all the sync and everything. No, they had a established, show that they'd been doing for months, and they knew how to do it. And then they brought in cameras to sort of tape 2 weeks worth of performances in special ways to make it seem like a little bit different than just a stage adaptation. But this number, 75 million, is huge for worldwide movie rights to Hamilton, this version of the movie. From everything I've read, they don't own the soundtrack or any other version of it. They just own this already shot film, which is kind of crazy. Is that worth it? Do we think Disney Plus and theatrical will make that back? Would people, go see the stage version of the original cast in theaters? And then what's weird is it's not just a movie adaptation. It sort of seems like, well, why would you need to see it on Broadway when you can just watch the original cast do the Broadway version in a theater with good sound? Granted, they're not directly in front of you, but you're going to have a better seat This just seems like an even weirder thing. So anyway, let's see, but they share a little bit more about this. Um, Hamilton was set for release by Disney in fall of 2021. And of the most breathtaking part, but wait, 2021 or 2020? Now they're saying 2021, so they got a whole another year. But according to sources, Disney beat out other suitors and paid $75 million for worldwide rights for the show that won 11 Tonys, as well as the Pulitzer Prize for drama, and they committed to wide global theatrical release for the 2-hour and 40-minute movie, which was shot 2 weeks before the original cast left. As they even said, they can't think of an acquisition of a finished film that has gotten more money than this. It was obviously a big cultural event, and the movie allows people to not have to pay $500 a seat, which they were paying for the original cast moved on. It's a lot of money. And obviously it'll go on Disney Plus streaming. The director says both the stage version and the movie, who directed the stage version and the movie, said this consists of shooting 3 live performances and also some setup shots without an audience. All of the footage was used to create multiple angles to ensure the cinematic nature of the event without a bad seat in the house. So again, just weird. Commenters here even sort of saying this wasn't worth it. The price is crazy, waste of money, impressive. It's all over across the board. But $75 million seems like a lot. Granted, it's a lot of money. But what's weird to me is this idea of why would you release Hamilton in theaters and do a theater version of the film that basically is the Broadway version? You'd think you'd save that for like a while because, like I said at the beginning of this video, you want to get as many ticket sales as you can to the Broadway show because you can just keep touring. And everyone sort of has heard of Hamilton. If anything, at some point, you lower the ticket prices of Hamilton so more people can go see it. And then again, just keep putting the money. And then in 10, 20 years, hey, let's finally sell those rights because the ticket sales for Broadway have gone down. Now people are interested. Let's reignite the flame of Hamilton and do a cool new movie version with some new cast. It's interesting. It's curious to me why they did this. $75 million. Granted, it's a lot of money. This doesn't. So it's coming out October 15th, 2021. So not this year. Following year. So we got another whole almost 2 years there to get to 2020 October, and then 2021 October. So 2 years from now, letting it print more money in the Broadway show, they'll finally release it on Disney and then Disney Plus. And granted, obviously this is kind of smart because it's a lot of money for a tape to stage. You get 2 more years to print more money on Broadway. And then several years from now, you get to do the new version starring whoever the star, whether you bring Lin-Manuel Miranda back and he's older to reprise the role, or you cast some new celebrity in the roles. Whatever it is, there's still clearly lots more money to be made off of Hamilton. But what do you guys think? Would you go see a version of this? Have you seen Hamilton? Have you been curious to see Hamilton? Be honest down below. I mean, I know it's not for everybody. I do stand by. It's a really well done Broadway show. The music is great. But this is a lot of money. It's curious. Clearly, he's not giving up his shot. See? And I had one other one. Oh, clearly I wasn't in the room when it happened, when Disney made the deal. Hamilton fans will get those 2 jokes. Anyway, it seems like a lot of money, but then it also doesn't, because why would you sell this so quickly? The play's been out. It'll be about 10 years, right? So it's interesting. It is interesting. June, yeah. It started in... When did Hamilton start? Why am I spacing on this as you all are watching me and I'm supposed to be organized, and clearly I'm not. Hamilton on Broadway. Someone in the comments can tell me already. Started in... Here comes. In 2008. Oh, no. 2015. Hamilton premiered on Broadway July 13th, 2015. And then opened August 2015. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it'll have been 6 years. That's not a lot of time. That's surprising that they're going to release this version. Because again, if you made a movie version, it doesn't sort of take away from the Broadway version. But they filmed a version of the Broadway show, and then they're releasing it 6 years later for people who didn't get to buy tickets. Would you go buy a $500 or heck, a $200, $100 Broadway ticket to see Hamilton if you can watch it for free on Disney Plus? It's a lot of tickets at $500 a pop if you were to go to Broadway. So that's all my point is. I mean, the Book of Mormon is still I think they were talking about maybe making a movie, so that is another good one. I look forward to that movie, but it's also one of those ones you want to see. You don't want to know much about it, and you want to just go watch, and then you see it unfold. And Book of Mormon is hilarious. But anyway, what do you guys think? Hit me up down in the comments below. Please like this video, comment, engage, and subscribe if you haven't already, or join if you want to really support the channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for more videos coming up soon, and have an awesome day, everybody. Bye.